Well, the photograph has come out and there has been a huge uproar about it, and so we are going to dive into this photograph and what we can unpick and get to the bottom of what is going on here. And the photograph you asked that is in question is Harry and Meghan's recent Christmas card. So if this is the video for you, where my name is Ems, I'm a qualified UK therapist, and I use my nearly 20 years experience where I delve into the body language and behaviour of not necessarily always what's being said, but sometimes reading between the lines of what is not being said. So if this is the channel for you, don't forget to like and subscribe so you do not miss future uploads. And well, let's dive right in. So yes, for those of you who've been with me for a while, there is a green screen behind me. Don't worry, do not fret, my pets. It will be coming in the new year. There will be a reveal of my new studio. So that is going to be coming in the new year. I'm very, very excited. Not at the mess behind the green screen, mind you, but I am very excited. So yes, the photograph, can we call it a Christmas card? I mean, is it though? Because I really don't feel it is. And for those of you who haven't seen it, I am going to put it up here. So yes, it's the Christmas card of just, and I kind of feel that Meghan is definitely more in the forefront here of this card. And what's interesting is every single picture bar one is super clear, crystal. But we have one particular picture, and let's see if you can all guess. It is in fact the picture with, apparently, we are being led to believe that it's 2 children that are theirs and 3 dogs. Now, I have seen the backlash that is coming from this picture, albeit that not from the mainstream media. Are we really surprised? But what is angering me, which I will get to later, is the hypocrisy of the mainstream media. But this photograph, and I know I'm not the only one that has done this, but I have put this through ChatGPT. And the results are very interesting. Now, for those of you who do not know what ChatGPT is, it is a brilliant new app which is AI run. So basically you can put in whatever and it creates just the most amazing things, amazing stories. It can write you a script, it can write you a song. You know, some of you see those robotic Harry and Meghan videos. Well, I would say that probably a lot of them are run through ChatGPT, because what you do is you put in what you kind of want and ChatGPT comes up with a script, and then you can just read that script. Be a lot easier for me, for sure, but obviously I like to come on in person and talk to you all. So this is what ChatGPT has come up with, and I'm going to show this here. And this is not anything that I have fed into the system. This is what it uses. It uses AI inner workings. It's like my brain at the moment, I'm not even lying, with the menopause brain fog is just second to none. It is upped the level of I feel like I'm going insane. I cannot remember words. So ChatGPT is run by AI, and so I've put the photograph in and it literally came out with pretty much that this photograph was a fake. And you can see here what I've put up to show you. It is basically stating that the lighting is not the same. So when you've got the lighting of the children are not in the same lighting as of Harry and Meghan. The dogs look like they've been superimposed as well. When you look at the shadowing, they're shadowing on the trees, but there's not shadowing with the children. You've got who is supposed to be Archie running, which looks like running, but yet when you're taking a photograph, it would look more authentic. You would get movement in a sense within the photograph. it looks like this has been a picture of the the child that we've been being led to believe is Archie, and it's been taken from that picture and superimposed onto this picture. And the same with the child that is meant to be Lily. Now, bearing in mind, Lily is, what is she, 3 now? Because she's born in 2021, so for a 3-year-old. So a 3-year-old that now looks the same height as Archie, who's now, he's 5.5. So we're being led to believe that Lily, who 6 months ago had incredibly short hair, when you look at her on the Netflix docuseries, she's got incredibly short hair. She had red hair. Now she looks like she's got sort of auburn hair. But we've also seen pictures of her with different coloured hair. We also have the same with Archie. Archie's had black hair or very dark brown hair. He's had auburn hair. He's had flame red hair. Then he's changed again. But the biggest thing as well is the fact that Archie looks 3. The other girl looks like she could be the 5-year-old. But given the fact that they have the most expert photographers, let's look at Hissan Merriman. Miss Han Harriman. Let's look at the fact that when he did these photographs, and I'm going to put some of them up here, look how clear and crystal they are. And yet, every time we see the children, and when we look at the July the 4th parade here, that it's grainy. So when you zoom in, the picture of the children's face gets grainier and grainier and grainier, and it's the same with Harry and Meghan. And that's the same thing here. You have all the other pictures are incredibly clear, and then you have this one that is incredibly grainy. There are people that are coming out. I think they believe the Sidley twins have come out with their dad, who's a professional photographer, and obviously he's debunked this. There are a lot of people that are coming out and debunking this photograph. And like I say, ChatGPT, which is a very intelligent AI. I mean, it's scary, but it is very intelligent AI. And this has debunked this too. It's basically said, yeah, this is fake. The children are superimposed. The lighting isn't right. There is something wrong with the dogs. It's, plus the fact there's no movement with the dogs. When you've got dogs that are, say, running around children, why have we not got pictures of the dogs kind of jumping or in amongst the children? The black dog looks like as if he's not even aware the children are running. And then you've got Harry, which when I looked at Harry's picture, it looks very similar to one of the pictures that I saw that was taken when we were seeing him with the boy that we are being led to believe is Archie, this particular picture here. And it looks, again, very similar, almost like it was taken back then. And I think they've superimposed this again. These two, I have said this, and I don't know how many times I have to say it, these two are not together. And I'm going to explain why, again, for anyone that's new here that hasn't been following me and the things that I've been saying about the children, I'm going to look at that. But I guess one of the things people are going to be saying is, but why? Why are they doing this? And I absolutely believe, without a shadow of a doubt, or maybe there's like a 1% doubt, that Meghan is running the Sussex and the Archewell Foundation website. I absolutely believe that, because this has come out and it's gone on their websites, and I think that she is running it. Whatever team that she's got behind it. I actually don't think Harry is actually as involved. I think the Invictus stuff he tends to be more involved with, but this I think she's involved with, and she is playing with us. She's testing the waters, because let's be honest, when the Princess of Wales put out her photograph and it got a kill order for the photograph, I said back then I thought this was a very, very clever move by the royal family. I don't think that they necessarily realised the backlash that was going to come from it, but I actually feel that it was intentional, because back when this was going on, there were rumours that Harry and Meghan were going to be doing a professional photograph with 2 children that they were alleging were theirs. And I think the royal family do things sort of behind the scenes in a way to shut something down without doing it so publicly, as if to say, we don't want this to happen, we're not allowing you to keep doing this. And so I think they created this photograph with Princess Catherine, possibly knowing that it was going to be picked up and scrutinized by the mainstream media, and they might have even been part of the orchestration of that, but not actually understanding that the beast that is social media with the cult fan base went rife. And if you look at that, we have not had one picture of the children since that happened, not one. And we were getting little drips here and there, the fuzzy, the black and white, the sepia, the back of the head. We would get something every now and again, but we had nothing at all. And then all of a sudden they bring out their Christmas card. Why? Because last year when they brought out their ridiculous Christmas card, a lot of people were saying, where are the children? So now that, you know, she's in a situation now where she's going to be like, okay, if we do it again without the children, then are people really going to start asking questions? Are the right people going to start asking questions? Because it's one thing for the social media, people like us, but at the moment, the mainstream media have really stayed quiet. They don't pick apart their photographs. They don't say anything. And I think that they've settled into that comfort knowing that. But still that unsurety of, now the Princess of Wales photograph has been scrutinised. This could potentially mean that if we release a photograph with these two children, that this is going to get scrutinised, because we know, I mean, we've seen the photographs where they are so heavily edited, it's crazy. So they've stayed away from that, and we've seen nothing. And in the day and age of mobile phones and everything else, there is no way on this earth that if those two were out and about with two children or one of the children, that someone would not have captured it and put it up on social media. You can be the most famous person in the world, and at some point you are going to get papped by, whether it be the paparazzi or whether it be someone with a phone that wants it to go up on TikTok. And there's been nothing. And why? Because as I have said before, those two children are not living with them. They are not living with Harry. They are not living with Meghan. Those two are not living together in that mansion. I have done a video prior, 6 months ago, where someone that I knew drove around that area, drove up to the mansion itself. It was overgrown. It was, the fences were broken. It was just rickety. There was no one there's a guardhouse there, so there was no one outside. And not only that, I proved that you could rent that space, that mansion. I proved that, and I actually proved that back when I was on Twitter back in 2020, I believe, or 2020, when they first, or whenever it was, when they first moved to that mansion. So it would have been 2000. Was it 21 they moved? Oh, I forget. So I proved that you can actually rent it as a space to hire out the actual mansion. And I put it up on Twitter, and it got circulated. Then the website that I use got taken down, and you could no longer find it. Now, I'm not saying that's because of what I put out, because I'm sure other people did the same thing that had bigger accounts. I mean, I was very, 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 very small back then, so I'm like a nobody. So I don't think it was because of that, but maybe someone else cottoned onto it, and so they were like, okay, we need to make sure this isn't seen. But then I did it again, and I did a video, and I showed it again, and you could still do that. So they do not live there, because there is absolutely no way that a prince of the UK, no matter what we think about Harry personally, there is absolutely no way that Harry and Meghan would live in a mansion that could have potentially people hiring out elements of it for a film crew. That's just not even going to happen. For security reasons alone, that's just completely crazy. Even though he's over there, it just wouldn't happen. So then you have that. Then you have the fact that these two are volatile. You've got Harry, who is immature. He is, like I said, I believe he's got arrested development. He is volatile in his behaviour. You can see it in the latest video. He's snippy, he's rude, he's argumentative, he's condescending. And you match that with someone of Meghan's ego as a narcissist, that's explosive. There is absolutely no way these two, at this point of their relationship, are going to be living together. So it is absolutely my belief that she lives somewhere in the vicinity of Montecito, as I call it, because she would want to be seen around there occasionally. But again, nobody has seen her out and about with children. We have not seen Harry out and about with children, which is ironic given the fact that in his latest interview, he said that one of the reasons why he loves it in the States is because he's able to do things with his children that he couldn't do over here. Well, firstly, how do you know? Because you left when Archie was a year old, allegedly. So how do you know what you could or could not do? Because you've actually not ever been over here with a child that's older than a year. Plus the fact you've actually watched your brother raise 3 children in the UK with no issues whatsoever. So not really quite sure what you base that on. And yet, they're never out with their children. Where are they going to get a wonderful Christmas tree? Where are they going to visit Santa? Where are we seeing this? They could have had a beautiful Christmas card of their children. And as much as most of us believe we know the truth regarding that, if, say, the children were real, that is exactly what she would have done. Exactly what she would have done. A narcissist lives to upstage the person that they dislike the most. They will do anything to upstage them, anything to take away the attention from them. And so she would be utilizing this moment especially to have this amazing Christmas card with her and Harry and the 2 children and the dogs to make it seem like they've just got this most amazing family and everything's all wonderful and hunky-dory, to upstage the fact that we've just recently had the Prince and Princess of Wales at this carol concert with the children. They looked amazing. It's like they're a family. It's wonderful. And that's exactly what they would do. Even though they're not working royals anymore and they're over there amazingly as supposedly private citizens. So the fact that they are doing a Christmas card is just ridiculous in the first place. If you want to do it for your friends and family, oh wait, no, hang on a minute, they don't have any. So yeah, that's out. So this is the point of it. The lie in itself is big enough, but then you've got this where they put this ridiculous picture up that is so grainy it looks like it's been taken on someone's really terrible phone. And then you have the fact that Archie looks like he's dressed for autumn, winter, and then, or we'll say autumn even, and then you've got Lily that looks like, alleged Lily, that looks like she's dressed for the summer, and the same with Harry and Meghan. Then you've got the fact that it's like that Lily looks as if she is the 5-year-old and Archie isn't. Archie doesn't seem to change, and the reason being is because whatever child they were using as the stand-in for Archie, because I do believe this is and I know that some people have said this person, and I've said this in the very beginning, the child that she used in the Oprah interview, the black and white video footage was this child. And I proved that because I went on to this person's Facebook, which was open at the time, and there was a picture of, and if I can find it, because it might be in my old phone, but if I can find it, I'll put it up here. And so this picture, if I found it, was of this person's child, and it has the same hairline. Is it Widow's Peak it's called? And if you look at the black and white photograph of it's identical. And this person was also a friend of Meghan's. So I believe that this child was the one being used. But what I also think now is, now the children are getting older, they can no longer do that because children ask questions. When they're toddlers and they don't really know any different, oh, that's far easier. But now the children are older. And I think that the child is probably 6 months older than, so you'd think that he's about 6 years old now. Whereas, Archie is allegedly 5.5. So at 6 years old, he's going to be asking questions. He's going to, and then also his face is going to be being seen, and people are going to start going, hang on a minute, this child looks very, very similar to your child. So I think they've shut it down. I think they said, look, it was fine, we've done it then, but we're not doing it now. So what I believe Harry and Meghan are doing, with the boy especially, is that they're taking an old picture and they're superimposing that, but trying to, in a sense, trying to make it seem that the child is now, we believe, to be 6, but he looks the same as what he's done for the last 2 years. So I think they've stopped it. Now, Lily, this is the most ridiculous thing. So I don't know who this girl is, but there's absolutely no way that Lily, in the space of a year or so, when we've seen from the photographs that we've seen, or when they have shown a girl, has gone from the way that she was to now this child who's got a long length of hair and running with no issues, as if she's like I say, like a 5-6 year old. It's absolutely no. So I think that she especially, I think she's toying. I think she's toying with the press because she's done this before. Remember the moon bump flashes? Remember the pap walk with the doll? This is Meghan toying with the press because I think there is a part of her that knows the royal family know the truth. And she also knows that the royal family are not going to say anything because they don't. They don't go into the gossip. They don't do anything. So this is her testing the waters. They've not put out a photograph at all. And so then they put out this photograph. But of course, there's nothing on there that says this is Archie, this is Lily. So again, it's plausible deniability, because then when it all comes out, they can go, well, we never said that they were ours. People just jumped to that conclusion. We just put a picture up of 2 children. We didn't want to show our children, so we just put other children up there. So they were happy to show other children. And so this is what I think is going on now. I think that she is toying. She also knows, and again, you got to remember, we're dealing with a narcissist. We are not dealing with somebody that thinks the way that generally we do. So if her and Harry are not together, if Harry is off doing his own thing, she's also going to be doing things that she knows is going to annoy him. Like if you look at the photographs, there is very much an air of her being almost front and center. Yes, Harry is in the photograph, but it feels to me that these are mainly about her. And again, she's put this picture up of the children, and I think that this would irritate Harry, because he's going to be, well, he knows the truth too. You know, I know that some people have said there are no children, but I do believe there is one child, a boy. I do believe that, because it makes 0 sense why 2 people would suddenly wake up one day and go, let's pretend to have children. Why? That makes 0 sense. And Meghan being a narcissist, it's just not something that you would do. And the royal family, I'm sorry, but yes, they may have gone along with this, because I do think that they have been pigeonholed or almost coerced into a situation. But they're not going to go along with one day Harry and Meghan going forward and going, you know what, we would really like to pretend to have children. And okay, and let's look at maybe they went to use a surrogate, and then the surrogate decided to keep the child. Again, that's just not it's just not feasible, because the fact that Harry and Meghan would have had to go through certain certain things beforehand to, you know, this is the royal family. And okay, then again, maybe they did it secretly. So they then somehow managed to meet up with a surrogate, managed to plan it all in the right amount of time before the wedding and getting engaged. And then Meghan, at the age that she was, happened to find the right one to make it seem that she was the one being pregnant. And then the pregnancy took straight away the first time. Harry went along with it, because I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it, because at this stage, I do not believe that Harry married her for love. I think that there was some level of manipulation, and I still stand by the fact that I believe that Meghan pretended to be pregnant. I think that she lied to him. And so I think that at certain points, Harry's realised who he's married to, but he's stuck with her, because she's not going to let him go until she's ready. So all the little things that she does, like I even believe that she was responsible for the Lilibet name. I don't believe that Lilibet was the name that Harry went to his grandmother and spoke about. If he did, it was either Mary or it was Elizabeth. It was not Lilibet, because as much as, and don't get me wrong, I do not like Harry's behaviour. I do not like how he has treated his family, how he has treated the Markle family even. Aside from Meghan, I do not agree with any of it. But I do believe that he would understand that the name Lilibet, I don't feel that his anger was ever directed at the late Queen, which is why when they did the Oprah interview, they were very quick to point out this was not directed at the late Queen, his grandmother. I don't, even though Harry's obviously not intelligent enough to work out that it's kind of all intertwined, I don't believe it was ever about her. But I do believe that he went to her to ask for the name Mary or Elizabeth. I think it's more Mary, because there was a Diana Mary that was on the GoDaddy domain names, and then that changed to Lilibet Diana. So I do think that's what happened. I think that Lilibet, because obviously I think the adoption or the surrogacy fell through with the girl, Meghan had to think quick, and because there are issues with her and Harry, then I think that she got someone to put it out into the mainstream media, and once it was out there, you can't take it back. You can't go, well, actually no, we've changed our mind. Or it would have made it look like the Queen was being petty by saying, well, no, I don't want this little girl to have my name. So she did it. She did it on purpose. And this is what she's been doing. The moon bump flashes, I absolutely, because it's so bizarre that she was doing that. And I knew exactly in my mind what she was doing. This was, I'm faking this pregnancy. I know, you know, and I can do what I want. And there's nothing you can do about it. And so she was trying to get attention from the mainstream, almost like daring someone to pick up on it, and nobody ever did. And this is what she does. She plays and toys with the mainstream media because she knows, or she believes she knows, that she can get away with it. Yes, there are some media outlets that call her out, but they're not enough. It doesn't really go anywhere. It doesn't really go anywhere because the majority, especially the UK media, for some reason, seem to be very sycophantic when it comes to those two. So when this photograph has come out, she probably knew that, yeah, okay, what if it got picked apart? Because if it gets picked apart, believe you me, she has got a story waiting and ready. And it will be to portray her as the victim. They made me do it. They didn't want a biracial child in the royal family. They made me do it. I had to go along with it. It was not my idea. Blah blah blah. You get the picture. And I think that's what terrifies the royal family, is that they don't know what she's they believe that they know that she's capable of some horrendous things because they now know, but she's a loose cannon, and they don't know what she's capable of saying. And she would have been threatening things. And this is why when the divorce happens, there's going to be a payout, because that's what she wants. And I think at the moment that's why they haven't got divorced, because what I'm guessing is the royal family are not willing to pay out what she wants. So Harry's kind of stuck with her. And so she's now doing things that's going to annoy Harry. And I really do believe that he's not part of this. I think she's put this out herself. I'm not saying that Harry's innocent, but I think Harry doesn't really want much to do with her anymore. You can really see by the body language when these two have been together, it's just not there. It's really just not there. He's not interested. This is not, and the recent interview where he literally sidelined when Andrew Sorkin was actually mentioned Harry, when he mentioned Meghan, Harry didn't even want to engage. Now that's very unusual for a man who's supposed to be so madly in love with his wife that they're just like, they're like salt and pepper, and it's just so crazy, and we're so in love. It's like, that just wouldn't happen. He would be proud of her. He would be wanting to praise, and my wife comes up with the most amazing things and people should listen to her more often. I mean, please don't. But yeah, you get my drift. So I do not believe these two are together. I think Meghan is now running either Archewell or even maybe the Sussex royal account. I don't think Harry has much to do with it. And yeah, that's what I think in regards to this this ridiculous Christmas card. Like I say, ChatGPT, people are coming out and debunking it. ChatGPT and AI, who has no vested interest one way or the other, has literally come out and said, yeah, it's fake. So it's all there. But the biggest thing is mainstream media. Where are you? Where is the same level of anger and frustration? Where's the kill order for the picture? Where is it? It's nowhere. Why? Why is it not there? Why did you pull apart a woman who was suffering with cancer and going through horrendous ill health, and all she did was put out a picture that was edited probably because she wanted it to look lovely? You could not have pulled her apart more on the global stage, but yet Harry and Meghan do it and you say nothing? Come on! Pull your finger out. Do your goddamn job. Be journalists. Be reporters. Stop allowing people like us to do your job for you. Do your job. It's not hard. That is what you trained for. That is what you are there to do. That's what you're paid to do, to get to the truth, to write the story. But they're so afraid that it's now left to people like us to try and find the truth. And then what happens when we do? We get censored. We get threatened with video takedown because we've said something that we shouldn't have said. Oh, I've done air quotes. We've said something that we shouldn't have said. Or we said something that they don't like. Oh no, we've got to keep that quiet. We can't let the main people know about that. And it's got to the point now where nobody knows what's the truth anymore. You know, I still get people in the comments go, stop talking about them. Don't give them airtime. It's not us that's the problem. If it wasn't for us, then you would have mainstream media who would be thrusting down your throats how amazing they are. And believe you me, you'd get sick of it because you probably already are. It is us YouTubers that you need to keep going because we are attempting to find the truth. Well, some of us are. If you don't watch us, if you don't support us, we go. And then you are left with people like Harry and Meghan running the show who are lying, manipulating, and doing all for an agenda. And you're stuck with that. So as much as I know that some of you get sick of it, watch the videos, support the people that do this, support the ones that tell the truth. If you don't want to support all of them, fine. You don't even have to support me. Pick a couple and just, even if you're just running the video on mute in the background, just do that. Don't just look at it and be like, oh, it's not really my thing. If you're subscribed to the channel, support the channel. Because believe you me, YouTube is trying its best to censor us. And if we go down, then you are going to be left with the clickbait ones that the YouTube don't particularly care about, the ones that lie and manipulate. You're not going to be left with people that tell the truth. They're already trying to take down TikTok. So what's next? You know, it's your views, it's you, the people, in a sense, that keep us going. And it's never more important than now, especially with stuff like this. We talk about them because we want the truth to be exposed. We don't want them to keep lying. So even if it's like in the last video where people are like, I can't watch your video because I don't want to listen to Harry, put him on mute. Put the captions up so you get the context. Put him on mute. Fast forward it, change his voice. You can do all of those things. Don't just not watch a whole video of someone you support because of one person, because then they do win. So if you don't want to listen to Harry's voice, because if I change his voice, I get critique for changing his voice. If I don't, then you don't like it. You know, mute Harry, mute him. I don't like his voice. I get it. I really do. But mute him. Put on the captions so you can see the context of what I'm talking about. And that's how you support people. You know, it's so important, guys. It's so important to keep us going. Because if the views drop off, because that's where the money is. That's the bottom line. It's not how many subscribers we have. It's the ad revenue that you watch, and it's the views. And if the views drop off, then the person who's running the channel gets less and less money. And for me, especially when I'm utilizing the YouTube channel to run my free therapy program, which is what I'm doing, when I don't get the views, I can't take on any more clients. So there is a knock-on effect of all of this. But the most important thing is if we go, the people that are trying to tell the truth, you're going to be left with the ones that don't. And then even more so, even when they go, you're going to be left with just mainstream media, and they control the media and everything that is happening. Look at what Harry is trying to do. He's trying to censor free speech. We don't reckless speech, because there's enough of that going on. That should be stopped. But free speech, the truth, and that's the truth. He doesn't want the truth to be exposed. He doesn't want his dirty little secrets coming out, whether it's to do with P. Diddy, whether it's to do with the children, whether it's to do with the stuff that he's said, done, whatever. He doesn't want the truth coming out, so he's censoring it. So this picture is, to me, is a this is her just playing with the media. She doesn't care the fact that she is going to get scrutinized for this. She just cares that she's going to get some attention. But the difference being is if the right people start creating attention, where that can make a difference, where they really start to ask questions about these children, then that is going to unravel a Pandora's box, believe you me, because I will stand on the hill and say that there is a boy. I believe this boy is in the UK with his real mother. I believe that this was either Harry having an affair or Harry getting somebody pregnant. And no, he was not so madly in love with Meghan that he was besotted with her. He was in lust with her in the beginning. You've only got to look at the wedding to see that those two were not in love. You can see it as plain as day. So I think that maybe he found out something about her, went on a bender, possibly got somebody pregnant, then they had to rush the wedding. And again, people go, yes, but Meghan would never stand by and allow someone. She didn't care about Harry. She cared about the money, the prestige, what it was going to bring her. So yes, she would absolutely stand by and act like, oh, I'll do it all for you. I'll pretend to be pregnant, Harry. I'll be that for you. Leverage, leverage, leverage. In a little black book, I've now got Harry. Hook, line and sinker. I've now got the royal family because I know all the truth. I know all the dirty secrets. And if it come out, you can absolutely bet that she will say, they made me do it. She's not going to go, yeah, I'm actually responsible for all of it. Or 50% of it. She's going to be, they made me do it. And I think the royal family know that. I mean, I think there's more to it, but that's the crux of it anyway. So let me know what you think in the video. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? I know that you will let me know in the comments, and as always, I love reading them. So thank you to everyone who is taking part in the Advent calendar. If those of you who do not know where that is, you have to go onto my playlists. I will put the playlist at the end of this video, so if you fast forward, there is a playlist there that will say Advent Calendar 2024. If you click on that, it will have all of them that are there so far. Please keep going and supporting, because even if you don't particularly, you're not that interested, it's 17 seconds. Again, the views matter. So even if you don't want to listen to it, stick it on mute. It's 17 seconds of your life that will help someone like me keep going. So it's really, really important that you, like I say, even if you're not interested in a video, if you support me, just stick it on mute in the background if you want to. I mean, you don't have to. If you want to treat me to a cuppa, then you can do. It's not obligatory. I'm not expecting anyone to do that, but it is there. I know that some YouTubers don't do this, but some do, and this is what I do. I've also had a little bit of a thing with regards to my Amazon wish list. I think some people have got a little bit confused as to why I am now doing the Amazon wish list. So just to say this very quickly, I did have a PO box, but I was absolutely flabbergasted at the amount that postage was costing for people to send things, whether it be from, because I have a big, most of you are from America, and you sending me something was like $100 or something, which is absolutely crazy to me. And yes, I appreciate that it's your choice whether you want to send that, but as a person, I cannot in all good conscience accept that. You know, everyone is struggling, and well, I mean, maybe not everyone, but you know what I mean. So I shut down the PO box. Maybe I need to do it again. I don't know, but I did. I shut it down. So I then was getting emails from people saying, okay, well, you know, you shut down your PO box. What can we do? Because I'd like to send you a little something for Arthur. I'd like to send you a little something. So I kind of researched, and some people were kind of going, well, you know, I've got an Amazon wish list. So that is what I then chose to do. I chose to do the Amazon wish list. So then if you wanted to go on and you wanted to treat me to something, or to get Arthur something, there's all ranges of prices. The Amazon wish list I have is one wish list. So I give that to my friends, my family, to you guys. because I haven't got time to do different ones. And so they know that if there's anything on there, they could go on and choose. It doesn't mean that you guys have to go on and find something really expensive. There are things on there for like £4, £5, if that's what you choose. But you also don't have to. I'm not asking any of you to go definitely on there and that's the requirement of watching my channel. It's for those of you who want to treat me to something, because that's what people do. I don't put up my PayPal running across the bottom and go, oh, send me some money. And some do that, some have Cash App and all of that. I don't do that because I'm not interested in that. But it's just for those of you who have asked, and so I have given you an option to do that. So I do hope that clears that up for any of you that have been kind of wondering why I do it. Maybe you missed the video when I talked about it, but that's why it's there. So that being said, drop in the comments what you think. If you have any ideas of something you would like me to talk about, drop it in the comments or email me. The email address is at the bottom here, so you can always contact me there. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. It's been just crazy busy at the moment. But I do appreciate all of your support, as I always do, and I hope that you do know that. So I will see you in the next one, which will probably be going up Friday. And yeah, then we're literally on the countdown to Christmas. So yeah, so look after yourself. It's, you know, wherever you are. And as always, I love you, I appreciate you, but most of all, I respect you. Take care. Bye-bye. Mwah.